YouTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to The Bookish Knitter and welcome to a daily reading vlog. Today is Tuesday. It is February the 11th. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So it's been it feels like it's been a while since I've done this, but it really hasn't. I think the last one I did was Friday, maybe? I'm not absolutely certain. Sorry, hand cream. It seems to me when I start filming, I'm like, my hands feel dry. I need some hand cream. So yeah, as you guys know, I was sick last week. I had a cold. And that was fine. That is working its way out. I'm feeling tons better from that. But unfortunately, because my immune system is already in the toilet, basically, and then having a cold makes it that much worse. It's almost like negative. I have a negative immune system now, that any little thing that crops up is just going to attach itself to me and be like, hey, you're going to get this as well. And I think that's what happened over the weekend, is that I picked up a stomach bug. So I've been dealing with that all weekend. It's been unpleasant, to say the least. But every day I'm feeling a bit better. So today it's still kind of there a little bit. But I am eating, I am drinking, like all those things, those important things are being done. I do have, I'm making sure Gatorade and stuff like that to keep the electrolytes up and what have you, so I know what I need to do, and I'm feeling fine. It's just, it's anyone who's dealt with a stomach bug knows exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what I've been dealing with, and that's why I wasn't really in the mood to film much this weekend. Nor did I really read that much this weekend, to be completely honest, you guys. I only read over the weekend, like, just my Sweet Valley High book both days. I didn't pick anything else up. But then yesterday on Monday, I had a really good reading day, and I finished reading The Women by Kristen Hanna. So I ended up giving that book 4 stars, so stay tuned on Monday, this coming Monday, for my full review on that book. I'll give you my full thoughts on that one. That one took me a while to read. Now, to be fair, again, I didn't read it for 2 days, but it was almost 2 weeks to get through that book. And I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but I think that was one of those books that you really needed to take your time with. That was just my opinion. I feel like books like that are, books that you do need to take your time a bit more with. And I mean, I enjoyed it, which again sounds weird, considering the what it's about, but it was entertaining. It did hold my interest. It was very interesting. Like the information was very interesting. The book ends in 1982, which is the year my brother was born. So I would have been 3. And to me, it just feels weird that I'm reading 1982 in a historical fiction novel. Like, this can't be a thing. But anyway, so I did finish that. I did end up actually DNFing when Dimple Met Rishi, for those of you who are curious. I was listening to that on audio. I got about halfway through it, and I just decided it wasn't for me. I wasn't enjoying it, and I just put it down. I don't know whether it was the audio or the book itself. It's a book I did enjoy. I was liking it, but I just found that I just think that with me being sick, I was kind of a bit all over the place. So anyway, I am reading a bunch of stuff now, so I thought I'd pop on here, start the vlog, share that with you guys. Let me put my rings back on before I completely forget. And then I'll check in with you guys later on today. So I have a couple of books on the go. So because I was reading The Women, and I was also reading that Harlequin romantic suspense, I felt like I needed something lighter. Like, the romantic suspense was like her husband was murdered, and I'll get into that one in a minute. But I needed something a little bit lighter. So I was playing around and looking around on Kindle Unlimited, and because I did resubscribe to Kindle Unlimited, and I found this book, and it's a Valentine's Day themed book. And I'm like, oh, Valentine's Day is this Friday. So I wanted to read one, and it's only 200 pages. I'm already about a quarter of the way through it. It's super cute. This is called The Sugarloaf Valentine, and it's by Rosemary Whitaker. It's the first book in the Sugarloaf series, I think, or something like that. Anyway, it's on Kindle Unlimited. It's not available on audio, but they're like 200 pages long. This cover is so cute. Like, you need to see the cut. It's pink. Like, it's really pink. So it's about our main character, Lily, who comes back to this small village that she lived in. She was living in London. It does take place in the UK. A year earlier, her and her boyfriend had split up, and she comes back. She moved to London after the breakup, and then after a year, she ends up getting let go from the job. The company downsized, so she's back home, living with her mom and dad. And her mom gets her this job at this bakery. And in walks her ex into the bakery. And at first, I thought it was going to be like, oh, a second chance romance between her and her ex, but it's not. It's a fake dating. That her ex is like, oh, blah, 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 they've met and he just wants to make sure that she's okay. She's like, oh, well, I'm seeing somebody, but she's actually not. So it ends up being like one of her male best friends steps in as her boyfriend, and that's where it's going to go from there. But yeah, like I said, I'm a quarter of the way through it right now. It's super cute. It's a 7-book series, and I'm like, I am so happy to find this cute little, it says it's a sweet romantic comedy, which I am totally down for. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm reading that. Last night, I read the first chapter after I finished The Women of The Cat Who Ate Danish Modern, which is the second book in the Cat Who mystery series, my banged up, destroyed copy that I got at the thrift store that I love. I love these. I want to collect the entire series in these editions. I think they're delightful. So yeah, this one, our main character, Quillerin, is getting a new assignment at the paper to deal with interior design, which he knows nothing about. And I guess there's going to be a murder. I can't really remember this one that well. And then him and Coco, the cat, are going to solve the crime. So stay tuned for more information on that one. And last but not least, I'm only 2 chapters now into The Widow's Bodyguard by Karen Whitten, which is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel. It is that one right there. There's the cover. I'm reading this in the bind up from the library. And yeah, like I think I started to mention in this book, our female lead married this guy who is like going to be like a senator for the state of Texas. And obviously it's a marriage of some kind of convenience. You really don't know just yet exactly why they got married. Like the background as to why. And her father runs a biker gang, and she left the gang, and she was in love with this guy who was in the gang, and she's like, hey, I'm leaving. I want you to come with me. And he's like, no, I'm not leaving. And she's like, okay, fine. And she left, and then she met Drew, the guy, the husband. And then in the first chapter of the book, like in the first few pages, this is not a spoiler, the husband is killed at a rally or whatever. Like he's making a speech and he gets killed. And so she now has this bodyguard, and it's the guy that she was in love with in the gang is the bodyguard. So the story's going to go from there. So yeah, like I said, I needed something a little bit lighter while reading that in The Women. But yeah, I hope to get a lot of reading done today. Like I said, I'm feeling better. I'm doing some cross stitch. I'm sitting here doing that. I'm watching some booktube. I'm going to do some reading. It's going to be a relaxing day. They're calling for a pretty big storm tomorrow night. So that's something that is going to happen. I think a lot of people, though, are going to be getting a storm. I'm not absolutely certain. But yeah, so this week, I did not ever end up sharing with you guys the bird piece that I was working on. But now I'm back to working on Pretty Little San Francisco, which is kind of hard to see. But I'm working on the Golden Gate Bridge, which is what this is right here. So I'll update you guys later on today to show you how far I've gotten on it. But that's where I am so far. I did a little bit of work on it yesterday. I worked on it a little bit up here yesterday. So yeah, but yeah, so that's this week's cross-stitch project. That's it, you guys. I will check in with you guys later today. Bye. Hi, friends. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I assure you I have moved. I went downstairs and I had my lunch, and I've walked around a little bit, so I have not just been sitting here for the past, like 4 hours. I have sat here for a bit and done a bit of stitching. So I am here to show you my crafty update for right now, along with a little talk about book of the month and stuff like that, and the Harlequin subscription. And you're probably wondering how one has something to do with the other, but we'll get into it. So first of all, let me just show you my crafty for today. So I got almost 250 stitches done in this today, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, don't get me wrong, but it was big blocks of color, as you can see. So I finished off this area here, and then all this over here. So yeah, so that's what I got done. I love this because it's almost like a puzzle. Like, you know what the full piece is going to look like, but as you're stitching it, you're seeing it slowly start to come together. So like I said, this is the Golden Gate Bridge, and these are like clouds. So like the bridge is coming out of the clouds. These are going to be buildings in the background, so it'll slowly start to come together. So I kind of sort of love it. So yeah, it's nice. So I will work on it some more tomorrow, but I'm going to give myself a break now because I think that's a good amount of stitching for today. But I am going to pick up my sweater later, so I hope to remember at the end of the day when I do my final clip to show you guys where I am in my sweater. So because I'm getting close to putting the sleeves on hold, as they say. So the way I'm knitting this sweater, it's seamless, meaning it's knit in one piece. I don't have to put the sleeves on afterward. I don't have to piece it together. I literally knit the sweater as it is. So there's no seaming. There's nothing like that. and it's called raglan shaping. So basically, like, you start knitting here at the neck, and then you increase stitches to get your like sleeves and stuff, and then you put the sleeves on hold. So you take those stitches for the sleeves and you put them on like either waste yarn or a separate little cable needle or something like that, and then you continue to knit the body of the sweater, and then you go back and pick up the sleeves and knit the sleeves. So it's knit almost in one piece. So anyway, I'm almost at the point where I separate the sleeves from the body, and then I just work on the body. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But hopefully I will remember to show you guys tonight how far I have gotten in that, because I'm done the increasing now for the sleeves, which is very exciting. But anyway, back to book of the month / the Harlequin subscription thing. This might be a bit of a longer vlog. I haven't talked to you guys in a few days. So on Friday morning, I was fortunate enough to be on the morning show that Bea over at Mama Loves to Read Romance does. She asked me to be on, and I was super, super excited. We chatted about all kinds of things. And in that discussion, I was talking about, of course, category romance Harlequin. And I was mentioning how you can get the subscriptions, either as an ebook or a print book. And I got thinking to myself, well, I belong to Book of the Month, and it costs X number of dollars every month. Those of you who know how much, it's about $20, $25 a month. And that includes free shipping, and you get one book. You can skip a month if you want to, things like that. So anyway, I got thinking to myself out loud during that video or that live show that, you know, if I subscribe to Harlequin subscription service, I could get like 4 to 6 books a month for the same price. And I can get them still delivered, because there's something about getting something in the mail. I mean, yes, you paid for it, but there's still nice to get something in the mail, to expect something every month. And, you know, to be getting this like nice present in the mail, if you will, that isn't a bill, basically, which is why I love getting Book of the Month. It's like, I know I've picked the book, I know what I picked, but a lot of the times I don't remember what I picked. And with the Harlequin subscription service, you know, you don't know what you're getting because you often get the books 2 months in advance. So I know my friend Brie over that I used to do the podcast with. She gets the Harlequin romance box set, like the pink spine ones. And she gets 4 books a month. And I think in January she got March's books. So you get like 2 months in advance. And you don't necessarily know unless you go and look to see what's coming out. It's kind of a surprise. And I kind of love that aspect of it, right? So I started thinking, I'm like, maybe I'll switch. Instead of doing Book of the Month, I'll do those instead. And I looked on the Harlequin website, and guys, I'm not kidding you when I tell you I spent over an hour. I could not figure out how to order from Canada. I don't think they offer the reader service anymore in Canada. I'm going to reach out to customer service to double check. I'll keep you guys updated. But every time I tried to do the book subscription, like the physical book subscription, it would allow me to do it ebook, but not print book, which I really should do ebook because of space issues. But again, there's something about getting a book in the mail, like books in the mail. Does that make sense? But maybe it's an issue with shipping, that's why. I don't know. So I might still do the subscription. Maybe once our money situation has changed a bit, I might go ahead and switch over and do it that way. We shall see, but I am keeping Book of the Month for now. So anyway, back to Book of the Month. So I had placed my order, picked my book, if you will, on the 1st of February. It's one of my favorite things to do on the 1st of the month is to go on Book of the Month and look to see what the new books are and make a pick. And there were 2 books that I had to pick from. One was the thriller and one was the romance. And I couldn't decide. So I asked my listening device over here to, I'm not going to say it out loud so not everybody's goes off, but I asked it to flip a coin for me, and it picked this one. And I couldn't remember. And that's part of the fun, though, too, is that I never often remember which book I picked. I ended up getting the thriller, you guys, and I'm super, super excited about this, actually. It doesn't come out till the end of the month, and it sounds like it's going to be really good. I was showing my aunt when she was over here on Saturday. So, yeah, I got this on Friday. So she's like, oh, I'm going to have to put that on hold at the library. I'm like, why? I have it. When I'm done with it, you can borrow it. But anyway, I ended up getting Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. So I am very excited about this one. It says, one morning he's your husband. By nightfall, he's a criminal. And these are his famous last words. So yeah, it sounded really good. And domestic, there's just something great about a domestic thriller. And obviously, it's going to read pretty quickly, I'm sure. So yeah, so that was my Book of the Month pick for February. Let me know, guys, for those of you who belong to Book of the Month, what book did you guys get? I'd love to know that. So anyway, I have done a bit more reading, but I'm going to go do some more now. I am watching some BookTube. I'm switching back and forth, watching some BookTube, doing some reading, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, I will check in with one more final clip before the end of the evening, and I'll talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. So here I am, just relaxing. And I have Missy. Tell me your cat is pampered without telling me your cat is pampered. Head up on a pillow. She has her blankie. Yeah. She lives the good life, this one. Don't you, miss? She lives the good life. You waving hi to all your fans? You getting yourself all camera ready? You're beautiful. She is beautiful. Hi friends, it is about 8 o'clock and I am here to end off the vlog. So I did promise you guys that I would show you the sweater. It's all the way over there and I don't feel like going to grab it. So what I will do is tomorrow, when I start the vlog, I will show it to you first thing. I promise. I promise. So I am drinking a cup of tea that again I can't grab because the cat is laying right now here and she's bitey. And if I reach over her, she's going to try and scratch me. Because she always chooses violence every time. But I am drinking a tea tonight. I'm drinking a David's tea. It is butterscotch chai, and it's quite yummy. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of like making a tea at night before bed, like to drink at night while I'm kind of laying in bed. So yeah, I've gotten some more reading done. Don't know how far I am through all of the books. About 30%, I think, through the Cat Who. 30% through the Harlequin category romance, and about 40% through the Valentine's Day one. So I am enjoying all of those. But yeah, that was it. Pretty boring vlog today. The one thing I did forget to mention, I think, is that I did have a phone call with a doctor from the hospital this morning. A video call, actually. It was literally 2 minutes long. Thank you so much, hospital, for making it a video call. And not making me go all the way downtown for that. It was with the Thrombosis Clinic, which are the blood people, the people who deal with like the blood thinners and stuff like that. And I have been on blood thinners since November, for those of you who don't know. In November, back when I got sick, after I came home because of when I had the nausea because of all the medication, one of the things they noticed when they were testing me for all that stuff was they did find a blood clot in my stomach, abdomen area, something like that. So they put me on injectable blood thinner. So I was giving myself a needle every day of blood thinner. So officially, as of today, I am 3 months past that, and I don't have to take them anymore. So major, major bonus on that one. I'm very, very happy about that. So that was the good hospital news today. I have no appointments this week. I have to get blood done at some point. I'm probably going to go on Thursday. After the storm's on Wednesday, so I'm probably going to go on Thursday, maybe even Friday. We'll see what the weather's like. And then next week, I don't have any appointments. But the following week, I have 3 doctor's appointments. 2 at the hospital, 1 on Monday, 1 on Friday. And then I have my family doctor on Thursday. So, you know, I get a little bit of a 2-week break and then 3 all of a sudden. So that's a thing. Anyway, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to end off the vlog, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm back with your regularly scheduled programming. I did have Kraft macaroni and cheese for dinner tonight. I took a risk because it's one of the more daring dinners that I've had over the last few days. I've been living off of basically toast and peanut butter and soup and stuff like that for the last few days with the stomach bug, but I decided to try my hand at mac and cheese tonight. And so far, so good, you guys. So I think we're on the upswing with this one. So that's a good thing. But anyway, I'm gonna edit this vlog, get back to my tea, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.